Human papillomavirus, commonly known as HPV, is a small DNA virus caused by human papillomavirus, a member of the family Papillomaviridae. This virus is very small and passes through microscopic abrasions in the skin. In rare cases, HPV can be transmitted from mother to child during birth, which causes respiratory papillomatosis, warts that form on the larynx. There are more than 120 genotypes of HPV, causing a wide disease spectrum that has the ability to infect the cutaneous and mucosal epithelium of the body. These areas include the anogenital tract, urethra, skin, larynx, tracheobronchial mucosa, nasal cavity, paranasal sinus, and oral cavity. One-third of the HPV genotypes have the ability to infect the genitalia and reproductive tracts of humans, causing HPV to be most commonly seen as a sexually transmitted infection. Symptoms. In many cases, patients who suffer from HPV are asymptomatic. However, many genotypes of HPV cause warts to be formed. These include common warts formed by cutaneous HPV types that cause skin warts. Common warts often have a cauliflower-like surface and are typically slightly raised above the surrounding skin. Plantar warts that are found on the soles of the feet. Subungual warts, which form under the fingernail, or periungual warts that form around the fingernail or on the cuticle. Condylomata acuminata, more commonly known as genital warts, are the most easily recognized signs of genital HPV infection. Although a wide variety of HPV types can cause genital warts, types 6 and 11 account for about 90% of all cases. This form of warts is linked to high-risk HPV and often leads to cervical cancer. In rare cases, respiratory papillomatosis or warts on the larynx can occur. Rare cases of HPV may also cause epidermodysplasia verruciformis in immunocompromised individuals. The virus, unchecked by the immune system, causes the overproduction of keratin by skin cells, resulting in lesions resembling warts or cutaneous horns. Virology. The virus encodes 6 early sequences of proteins, E1, E2, and E4 through E7, which deal with the viral regulation, and 2 late proteins, L1 and L2, which form the outer layer of the virus. The E1 and E2 genes are expressed in basal cells, cells found in the innermost part of the epithelium. The E1 and E2 proteins act as regulators that either repress or activate transcription. E1 initiates viral replication, while E2 binds E1 to proteins essential for replication. While most of the E4 protein's functions are unknown, it has been found that it directly or indirectly interacts with cytokeratin filaments. Filaments containing keratin proteins that are found in the cytoskeleton of epithelial cells. The E5 transmembrane proteins is found in the plasma membrane as well as in the Golgi and endoplasmic reticulum membranes. It modulates epidermal growth factor receptor activity and other protein trafficking. E6 protein binds to and inhibits the host cell p53 tumor suppressor protein. Among other consequences, this delays both programmed and defensive apoptosis of the keratinocytes to allow more time for viral reproduction. E7 protein creates the cellular conditions under which the viral DNA can replicate in the non-cycling, differentiated keratinocytes of flattened epithelia. Treatment and prevention. Once an individual contracts HPV, there is no treatment for the actual virus, but the body's immune system will usually fight off HPV on its own. If the warts are small, a doctor may prescribe a medication in the form of a cream to apply to the warts. Other methods to treat genital warts include cryotherapy, the freezing of warts with liquid nitrogen, laser treatment, alpha interferon injections, or surgical removal. To prevent contracting HPV, the most effective way is to avoid having sex with an infected person. Condoms are not very effective because they do not have the ability to cover the entire infected area. Pap smears are available to test for HPV and the progression of HPV to cervical cancer. This test examines the cells of the cervix for any abnormalities. The test is conducted by taking a sample of the cells of the cervix with a swab. The cells are then observed under a microscope for any signs of abnormal cells caused by dysplasia. There is a new HPV vaccine, Gardasil, which is recommended for girls that are 11 and 12 years old. It is also recommended to girls and women from ages 13 to 26 who have not received the vaccine earlier. The vaccine was developed to prevent cervical cancer, precancerous genital lesions, and genital warts due to HPV. The vaccine is given in 3 shots over a 6-month period and protects against 4 types of HPV that are known to cause cervical cancer.